Welcome to the WLAQ Community Spotlight, where we highlight the wonderful organizations and people that make the Rome community a great place to call home. Here's today's host.
Well, hello, everybody out there on the WLAQ Radio, or the WLAQ Rome Facebook page, the WLAQ Radio YouTube channel. I'm Elizabeth Davis, and this is another edition of WLAQ Community Spotlight. And our focus in this episode is the Sexual Assault Center of Northwest Georgia and its major fundraising event of the year, the Rome Celebrity Dance Challenge, which is coming up on August 3rd. Our guest, Kimberly King, she is the executive director of the Sexual Assault Center. Hey,
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
Oh, glad to have you here.
Yeah.
And so before we talk about the event, before we get into the specifics of the event, let's talk about the Sexual Assault Center itself and what you guys do.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Elizabeth. We are a 501c3 nonprofit victim advocacy center. We serve survivors of sexual abuse, sexual assault of all ages, so from birth and up. We support survivors in any stage of their healing, so it doesn't have to be a situation that has just occurred, although we would love for anyone who has been, recently impacted by it to be able to reach out and know about our services as soon as possible. But we have incredible relationships with our local law enforcement agencies and our hospitals and just the community at large. And we're so thankful for the support of people referring individuals to our program who can benefit from it. Rome is blessed in so many ways. We were just talking about this literally outside of the studio, but we were talking about how we have so many amazing community resources, of which one is the Sexual Assault Center. And we're so very proud to provide this specialized, focused, trauma-informed, victim-centered approach, right, when we're providing this care to survivors and their families. So we not only serve Floyd, but we also serve Bartow County, Chattooga, Polk, and Gordon counties in Georgia. Awesome. We actually have a facility in Rockmart as well as in Bartow County. So.
Yeah, and those facilities in Rockmart and Bartow County, those are relatively new developments, or at least within the past few years.
Yes, within the past few years. I think it was in 2016. I'm really sorry if that was me. In 2017, 2018, we opened up our satellite centers. And so originally we were in Cedartown in Polk County, but we found an incredible opportunity in Rockmart for it's the location that was the old health department in Rockmart. And so it's actually owned and managed by the Lester and Sons family in the business. And so we were so thankful and blessed, honestly, to be able to find that opportunity and be able to set roots down there. We have done that collaboratively with our partners in Rome, the Harbor House Child Advocacy Center. They also serve Polk County, not only Polk County, but Floyd. And so we try to make sure that we're utilizing all the resources we can, all of our partnerships to pool all of our resources together to make the most of our, to make the most use of our funding. So in Bartow County, we also share a location with the Child Advocacy Center there. And so Advocates for Children is our big partner in Bartow. And we're thankful. We're incredibly blessed.
Yeah. So let's talk about the numbers. How many people on average do you guys serve each year?
Oh my goodness, it's crazy to really kind of put a number to it. Just to give perspective, just last month we served and provided services to 65 different individuals who had been impacted by sexual assault. That could be a primary survivor, that could be a secondary survivor. But all of those individuals and the different layers and how trauma impacts people, we're so thankful that we have the resources to be able to not only serve the survivor, but also those who are supporting the survivor in that in that time after the disclosure. But to kind of put a kind of a bigger scope on things. Last year, we provided direct services to 387 individuals, of which I believe, I don't have it right in front of me, but I believe it was 117 of which were minors. And so it's a huge, it's a substantial amount, right, that's coming from our younger population. We're so proud and in awe of their bravery and courage and their voice, and we champion that, right, and empower them and protect their voice at all costs, right, while at the same time ensuring that everyone in the community, that we're all doing our part, right? We do our part in providing the forensic medical examinations, as well as counseling, as well as ongoing advocacy, as well as we have a big investment in prevention education. We haven't really talked about that yet, but our prevention education programs have been going on since 2012, where we have been within the school systems, Rome City schools, Floyd County schools, Darlington School, teaching our adolescents about really just what does respect look like? What does healthy look like? Healthy within a relationship. How do we navigate conflict? How do we use our voice to share, to ask someone's permission for something, not even necessarily for a hug or a handhold, but for anything in general, right? Because it's really a basic thing. If we get down to the point of like we're all humans recognize that another human being has value and worth, even if I don't like you, kind of thing. That's where a lot of young people get confused, and but yeah, we're blessed. We've been able to teach about consent and the laws, and so that empowerment for a young person is invaluable, right? Like, so we want them. We're not telling them what to do, right? We can't force them to do one thing or another or follow the rules or not, but we're at least informing them so that now they can go out and make educated, informed decisions, right, on things that will that will impact potentially the rest of their life. And so even if it's the smallest things of, just the way that a first relationship, starts out and ends, all of those things impact someone's story and their experience. And so we, from a very young age, or we really try to target that entry level for high school. So now that Floyd County Schools has 8th grade in the high schools, we are teaching 8th grade with Floyd County Schools and 9th grade with Rome City Schools, also with Darlington School. And so we're really trying to target just that age of life, right? As things are starting to like open up and be like, oh, I do maybe find someone else attractive, and like, how do I navigate these feelings, these big feelings, while making sure that I'm completely respecting not only myself but this other person, understanding the law, the age of consent and all of those things. People would be amazed to realize that young people, it's like there's this rule that they don't even know, and then how can they follow it if they don't even know about it, right? And so our whole thing is just to be able to, let's have a transparent conversation. Let's talk about this. You're going to ultimately go out and make the decision you feel like is best for your life, but we hope that we're helping to impact that, right? And be a positive influence in their lives. So.
You know what it said, when you know better, you do better. So hopefully
Yes.
you can help these kids make better decisions. Exactly. And of course, all these services, they cost money. Hence the Rome Celebrity Dance Challenge, big fundraiser coming up in August. And I just want to say this because I'm a late addition to the lineup of celebrity dancers. And I got to be honest with you. Okay, so I think it was about almost 3 weeks ago, a normal average Thursday. I did not have on my bingo card that morning that I was going to get a call being asked to be a participant. Yeah. And I just wanted to say it is an absolute honor to be asked. Thank you guys so much. And I'm happy to support a good cause and happy to work with all these other great teams. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be so much fun. I just want to tell you, we feel honored for you to be a part of it. I mean, you guys are just so very loved in the community, and we know that it's really fun. I don't know if y'all could see Matt Davis on the screen over here, but he was actually in our very first Rome Celebrity Dance Challenge ever, and
he was
the
very first
performer.
dancer.
Yes, and so
Performer is a very loose use of that.
and so it's definitely very meaningful to see how this event has grown over the years, right? not only in its success and its impact, but just the connections that it's made. And so anyway, we're thrilled that you're a part of it, Elizabeth, and that it's going to be, you and Joanna are going to rock the stage. So
Yeah, we're excited about that. And
Yes.
So the big event is coming up, and it's your major fundraiser of the year. How will you use the proceeds from this event?
So all of the proceeds go directly to helping to sustain overall services. Our grant funding and those kinds of things don't cover at all, right? They cover certain elements or certain pieces or, certain things, but the Rome Celebrity Dance Challenge helps to cover all of those extra overhead, just making sure we're going to be able to keep the doors open to continue serving and providing. And so that goes in direct services, that goes into all of the elements. So
Yeah, and we all know that we live in a time where the prices just keep going up. That affects everybody.
Yes.
From the individuals to the businesses to the nonprofits.
Yes.
It affects everybody. So the help is needed, I'm sure.
Yes. I mean, even just this sounds so silly, but in paper goods or the price of copy paper or the price of everything has gone up. Coffee, we go through so many coffee pods a year. And so we are so thankful for the types of donations that we receive, because not only monetary donations are beneficial to us, right? We're so thankful for people like Kellogg's. They'll come and drop off a big box of Rice Krispies for us, or, something like that, where, or another community member sets up an Amazon recurring cart thing where they send laundry detergent to us once a year or something like that. And so it's there's lots of ways to be a part of helping. One, I know that this wasn't even part of your question, and I don't even know why I'm really good with that, but I would always just encourage, even if it's not related to this Rome Celebrity Dance Challenge, if it's not related to a certain campaign, people can always make a difference, right? I think the Rome Celebrity Dance Challenge actually proves that. A lot of people may not even know about the Sexual Assault Center prior to, committing to being a part of it. And then all of a sudden we have, by absolute blessing, gained a new friend and advocate in the community. And so that's been a beautiful part of Rome Celebrity Dance Challenge to see over the years, is just how everyone chooses to make their impact and how everyone chooses to use their voice in helping to advocate for the organization as well.
And kind of related to that, people who are in the audience at the Rome Celebrity Dance Challenge. I mean, you guys sell out every year.
Yes.
There's a lot of folks who are maybe somewhat familiar, some folks who are not necessarily familiar, but they know that the RCDC is a fun event to attend, and this gives them a chance to learn a little bit more about it where they might not have otherwise.
Yes. Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, so let's talk about, well, first of all, the event, I don't know if we mentioned this yet, but it is on Saturday, August 3rd at the Rome City Auditorium. Let's talk about the teams, and you can certainly refer to this, or I'll continue to hold it up. Or I'll hold it up
you can
'cause
see it on the screen. Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Kind of.
Sort of, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's good.
So we have an incredible lineup. We are blessed with 10 different celebrity teams with instructors and or dance partners who have also committed to investing these next several months into making this event successful. One of the most amazing things about RCDC is that you see the heart of not only the heart, but the personalities come out. You see the competitive nature. You can see all the passion for what they are actually raising money for. It's a beautiful thing. It's really, really fun. But we have an incredible lineup this year, and I know that the community is going to be excited to see some of these people on stage. So or to see every one of them on stage.
Yeah. I want to talk about these, though. Do you want to list them, or you want?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Team Askew, and that is Bonnie Askew and Morgan Askew, his daughter. Team Brock, and this is Dr. Bennett Brock and Tara Ogle. Team Cowan is Dr. John Cowan and Dicey Waters. Team Davis, Elizabeth Davis and Joanna Parker. Team Huffman is Sarah Huffman and Kaylee Schroeder. Team Yawn is Rebecca Yawn and Stephanie Bell. Team Johnson is Shaylin Johnson and Russell Evans. Team Sherwin is Jeff Sherwin and Hannah Camacho. Team Taylor is Amber Taylor and Lee Morris. And rounding it out is Team Williams, and that's Dr. Dawn Williams and Nikki Mann.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and I'm so excited because some of those people I know, so it'll be a good chance to reconnect with those folks. So,
Yes.
The best way that, I mean, and I'm sure there might be some listeners out there, viewers out there, as it were, that, they know some of these folks. And so if you want to see your team succeed, then the best way to do that is to vote for them.
Yes, the best way is to vote, to be able to, even if it's like $1, $2, $5, anything helps. So ticket sales, corporate sponsorships, flat out $5 donations, those kinds of things, they all can be allocated, or not allocated, but designated to support a particular team in their effort to win the People's Choice Award. Of course, all the funding does not, funding doesn't actually go to the teams themselves. The funding goes to the Sexual Assault Center, but some people are confused by that. They're like, so does how much does this team get for and I was like, no, nothing like that.
We're raising money for y'all, not for us.
And so just to make that, completely clear that it's just an allocation.
People wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fundraiser. For
You
the
never know.
Sexual
Yeah,
Assault
I was
Center
gonna
of
say
Northwest
it's
Georgia.
like yeah. So we're excited though because we already have raised. We're I can't tell you enough how humbled we are and thankful that we are for our incredible community. Because every time that we show our need, our community shows up, and it's
It's cool.
really, really beautiful. Yeah.
So talking about the different ways that people can vote, you mentioned that people can support the team by buying a sponsorship, or by making a $5 donations. People can make those donations also via the internet.
Yes.
And when on the night of the show, then you can. I want to make sure that you're still doing this, where after each performance, you go around through the audience with a hat, and people can put dollars or 20s or 100s in the hat to vote for that team.
Yes. So we, during the night of the event, top hats are passed around after each performance. Additionally, we use a platform called Give Butter, and it allows us to have a text to vote feature. And so if at any time during the season, and we would actually encourage people to go ahead and kind of get, logged into their own Give Butter account and have like a payment there already, because on the night of, they'll be able to just text RCDC to 53555 and they can just vote for their favorite team right then and there. Mm-hmm. We have a count room. It's very official. It's secured by an actual armed guard and everything. And we're just back there furiously tallying and just doing it as fast as we can. And so, but there's lots of ways to give all throughout. But we would encourage people to utilize the Give Butter platform for that too.
Yeah. And, we were talking about sponsorships. Those are being sold through July. Mm-hmm. July 12th. Yep. Is that the correct day?
That is. So you are so good.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
But if you happen to have a business and you would like to step up your support of this event as a sponsor, there are certainly opportunities.
Yes, we are. Each year we kind of it's almost like I wonder how many seats are going to be left after we have fill up our corporate sponsor tickets, because our entire bottom half of the Rome City Auditorium is typically covered in those corporate sponsor seats, and then from that additional seats. But yes, the corporate sponsorships are going to be the way that we encourage people to gain access to the event, because by July 12th, however many tickets are going to be left or however many seats are available after we tally up all of the corporate sponsors, that's how many general admission tickets we'll be able to release. And so it may not be that big of a number. We definitely anticipate it being less than 200. So what we would encourage people to do is collect up with some friends, go in on a corporate sponsorship together, enjoy your night, have a fun evening out, come and get some drinks and food at our pre-event party hosted at Broad and Fifth, and just have a good time with us. So, and cheer on your friends. But that is the best way that we would say to get.
So be a sponsor. And when do you anticipate those general admission tickets will go on sale?
So they'll go on sale probably by July 15th, like right around the corner, maybe even the exact day of. But it'll be right there around the cutoff for the corporate sponsorships.
Yeah. And you guys have sold out pretty much every year since
Every
this has
year,
been going on.
yeah.
That's impressive. And of course,
it's humbling.
Yeah, I'm sure, and I know you're really grateful for
Yeah.
that. And the amount of money raised each year seems to go up. What was the total for 2023?
Oh goodness, on the spot. I believe it was 215. I think it was.
Wow.
I think it was 250, either 213 or 215. But it has come in a time when we have been cut like every single year from our major funding stream, and we knew that it was coming, but we also were truly just praying for what was going to be the solution, the supplement, the help that we would need to ensure security for the sexual assault center to keep its doors open for years to come. And so, and at least this year, let alone this year. And so, yes, we've been so impressed with the way that the community has shown up every single year.
So y'all got to show up
yeah.
and show out again this year. I want to talk
It's a
about
lot of pressure.
Yeah. But you got it. You got this. I mean, people get excited about this.
We have a great team.
Yeah. And man, I got to be honest. Being out, it's one thing to be behind a microphone or even like on video, but being in front of all those people on a stage, see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be all right.
You'll be great.
I want to talk a little bit about last year's winners. I want to take a moment to give props to last year's winners.
Yes, of course.
Because in the category of People's Choice, the team that raised the most funds, Mimi Weed.
Yes.
And her sister and daughter-in-law, Jackie Weed.
Yes.
And they did a great job fundraising. Their routine was charming with a take on
It was
Chicago.
the cutest ever. I loved it. It was so fun and such a great opener. And so it just had a lot of presence. I love the car.
Yeah, I did too. That was a nice touch. And Mimi, a great girl, and I know they raised a lot of money. And then
she's incredible.
And then the judge's choice went to Megan Treglone, who is a small business owner. And I know that she'd had dance experience in the past.
Yes.
And boy, she showed it last year.
Yes.
She was very deserving of that award.
I just got chills thinking about her. She is a special soul, and I was so very thankful and proud of her for. I was happy for her for being able to get that award last year because I know that every one of these people worked so very hard for it, but she and Nikki they definitely they did some tricks for sure. It was hard to tell. This is the hard part. Just on record, I think everyone should have won. I mean, if we could get everyone their own individual trophy, it's kind of like this. You can't compare an apple to an orange, to a pear to a watermelon. They're all different dance styles. And so in their own right, they're all the best of their own type. Does that make sense? And so the judges have a job that I definitely do not envy at all. I'd rather be in the count room, right? Because they have to make some hard decisions. But ultimately, all of our teams have always been so full of absolute grace and good sportsmanship, and their hearts are in it for the right reason. They know that, well, man, I didn't walk away with that trophy that I wish we could have, but what an amazing night this was for the Sexual Assault Center, for raising awareness. What an incredible experience this has been. I talked to a lot of the people last year after the event and just kind of wanted their feedback on what they felt like was the best thing that they took away. And overall, above all, anything was the relationships. The relationships not only built with the Sexual Assault Center, but also amongst the other team members, right? A lot of them still get together, even now, and I love seeing their little reunion pictures and things. And so it's an incredible event. And it really takes people through an experience that they probably will never go through again, right? And I feel like they come out learning so much more about themselves. As well as, knowing so much more about what our community needs are and what resources are out there.
Awesome. Yeah. So if you ever get asked to participate, you need to say yes.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
should
great
say
cause, and it's a lot of fun. Of course,
Yes.
my instructor is a teacher, which means our rehearsals will pick up after she gets done with the school year.
That's right. That's right.
Because as we tape this episode, we're in the midst of the last week of the school year.
Yes.
And I have to say this regarding Joanna. We've known our family has known her family since we were like kids. I used to babysit her when I was 14 and she was 6. And so it'll be interesting. And we were in some stuff in the Rome Little Theater together. My mom reminded me that we were Hot Box Girls in a production of Guys and Dolls.
Oh, cute.
Dude, that was 2001, and all I want to know is how was that 23 years ago?
I don't know. I had a T-shirt on the other day from this is actually funny, but it was from a middle school band trip, and it had 2000 on it. And I'm like looking down on it, I'm like, this shirt could not only drive but almost rent a car now, and and they could drink, I was like, I feel very old, and I have no idea how this happened, but yeah, Joanna is awesome. Every one of our instructors, I cannot give a bigger shout out to all of the people that have invested their time to not be the one on the spot. It's an interesting thing. They are part of the celebrity team, but they are doing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. They're not necessarily doing a lot of the fundraising like the celebrity is, but they're investing all the time into the creative, right? Like putting all the choreography together, putting the music together, making sure the lights are going to be just right for their vision. And seeing that every year has been awesome. Just absolutely incredible to see how each one of the different artists have their own way, So yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're kind of getting towards the conclusion of today's edition of Community Spotlight, the WLAQ Community Spotlight. And again, our guest this time around, Kimberly King, the Executive Director of the Sexual Assault Center of Northwest Georgia. And we've been talking a lot about the Rome Celebrity Dance Challenge coming up on August 3rd. We've got about a minute or so left. Any parting thoughts you'd like to share?
Oh, I want to just say to anyone and everyone who has ever participated in this event, I think you are a rock star and an amazing person, and we are forever grateful. For the ones that have signed up for this year and are in it, I cannot wait to go through this season with you and be able to cheer you on and see you rock the stage, because every single one of the people, as they enter onto that stage, it is such a fun feeling to see them from that sideline and just see the energy and feel the energy. And I don't know, it's a beautiful thing. So we are thankful. We hope you can get your tickets through corporate sponsorships, and definitely come out and support your girl over here. I know.
Go Team Davis.
Go Team Davis.
Vote for any team. Just support
Yes,
the Sexual Assault
exactly.
Center.
Yes. I would say go Team any of these people, right? So.
And it's going to be, as a whole, a great team.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Thank you for joining me this afternoon. It's been a pleasure to chat with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah. And with that, we got to wrap up today's edition of the WLAQ Community Spotlight. Again, Kimberly King, Executive Director of the Sexual Assault Center of Northwest Georgia, our guest today. And you guys have a wonderful day.
This has been the WLAQ Community Spotlight. We thank you for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the WLAQ Radio YouTube channel and follow WLAQ Rome on Facebook.